Welcome back. You're watching Business Morning on Channels Television. It's the first edition of the week, and it's the holiday edition as well. But we're taking a look at some of the major developments that will be coming up this week, particularly from the forex market. Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria plans to raise U.S. dollar supply to bureau de change operators to $40,000. Last week, the regulator had disbursed about $20,000 each to BDC operators in two tranches of $10,000. Now, I've got the President, Association of Bureau de Change Operators, here with me in the studios, Aminu Gwadabe. He'll be talking to us about the impact this will likely have on the markets. Good morning to you,
Good morning.
Thank you for coming on the program.
It's my pleasure. Good morning.
So, I spoke to you just about the time this news broke, sometime on Friday, when the announcement was made. And you were quite excited about it. Why are you so excited?
You see, because the market has been in a kind of volatility. There is pressure, a lot of pressure in terms of demand. We have seen, due to the appreciation of the Naira, even small retailers, importers, have also renewed their demands in the market, and also activities of speculators. So, and the foreign investors too have started indicating interest of coming back. And most of their problem is how will they push out their dividends and what have you. So we are excited because of that moves by the Central Bank of Nigeria, because all along is issue of liquidity. So increasing it first from 8,000 to 10,000, from 10,000 to 20,000 in a week, and now from 20,000 to 40,000. That will actually inject more liquidity into the BDC subsector.
But then you see, some people will argue with you that the Central Bank already is selling has provided a window to take care of the retail end, talking about BTA, PTA, right. School fees, medicals, and the rest of it. So why increase dollar supply to bureau de change operators? You
see, unfortunately, one of the other operators in the market that will cater for those invisible transactions are the banks. And from what we have seen, even the last week offer by the Central Bank of Nigeria of about $100 million, the banks were only able to go home with about 45% of that allocation, which is mean $45 million. And ironically, when you go to the branches of those banks, you see queue of customers trying to look for those money that the banks are saying is even enough for them. They don't have buyers. So you see, it's now remains for the Central Bank of Nigeria to look which is the other options that we can use. We have always said it. The BDCs have always been the laboratory apparatus of the Central Bank of Nigeria when it comes to rate convergence and harmonization in the market. So the option for them is to bring that unutilized money of the banks and say, okay, let's try the BDC, even though it's proceeds of IMTOs also that the BDCs are assessing. And even the IMTOs are indicating, they are renewing their interest. More inflows have started coming. So I believe that is the reason why this event, we are the most closest to the customers. The retail end users know us more than even the banks. Well, the convenience is there. So for you to go for $1,000 queuing in the banking industry, most of the Nigerians, I don't think they want to do that. So that's why there is the need to look into the activities of the Bureau de Change also to enhance their operations and liquidity.
But then you will agree that this convergence and harmonization that the Central Bank of Nigeria is trying to achieve wasn't really noticed for this week that we've just ended. We saw the Naira, for instance, trading at 410.
Yes.
It depreciated further. Now, when the Central Bank of Nigeria started intervening in the market and selling dollars 10,000 and 20,000 to Bureau de Change operators, before this announcement, we saw the Naira gaining at least to even as much as 390. To a dollar. And then for the British pound, it also looks good, as well as the euro. But that has dramatically changed. We've seen the Naira at 410. So where's the convergence and harmonization that we're looking
at? There are so many reasons to that. One, I think there is resistance, even from the operators, due to what I can call maybe the margin.
The operators now in this case are the Bureau de Change operators?
Not at all. We are not only operators in the market.
Okay.
There are many behaviors. You have the commercial banks, you have the parallel market operators, you have even the individuals, the public are also operators in the market, then you have the BDCs. So it's a combination of many behaviors. From the banking aspect, I think they view the margin of 3 Naira. They have to buy at 357 and sell at 360. I think to them that volume, that margin is small. So we begin to see resistance where they are not even coming to the market to buy whatever that has been offered by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Even what they bought has been returned as unpurchased or unutilized. So that is also a key factor in reducing the liquidity in the market.
Are you certain about this? Because we don't say things here without having,
no, definitely. There
it.
was the announcement, even if you read it today, the Director of Communications of Central Bank of Nigeria did state that out of the $100 million they offered, it's only 45% that has been bought.
But what you're saying is that the resistance is coming primarily from the commercial banks. That's the reason why we're seeing
It's part of the factor, like I said. To me, it's reducing liquidity.
How sure are you about this?
I'm very, very sure. Because it's there, go to the bank, they will tell you that you still see queue in the banking hall of most of these banks for Nigerians that are queuing to buy these dollars. And two, smaller importers have renewed their purchases, like I've said before. But you see, all of these things, the central bank is very, very proactive. If you look at their menu, it's rich, it's plausible. They have just open window for profit dividends for the foreign investors. They have also open window for the SMEs that they can access the foreign exchange between $1,000 to $20,000. All they need to do is to fill their Form M. Also from the BDC subsector, you can see our supply also being reviewed. Also the disparity in applicable exchange rate has been merged. So there's a lot that has been done by the Central Bank of Nigeria. In fact, I see the Naira. In fact, as at Friday, the rates come down from 410, like you are saying, in Abuja, to about 398. In Lagos, we recorded about 402 to a dollar. So there is a general impact in the market because of all these moves and counter moves by the Central Bank of Nigeria.
For how long do you think the Central Bank of Nigeria will be able to sustain $40,000 to build the change of
In fact, for a very long time. Because I'm sure the meeting of the IMF and World Bank that's currently taking place will go along and also applaud the policies of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The confidence of the foreign investors is being renewed. From zero level of confidence, we're having high